Welcome back to the show. I'm Arnold Nider, filling in for Riz Khan. Today we're taking a look at soaring food costs around the world. Professor Wiseman, let me go back to you. One of the consequences of this crisis is that we've seen an outbreak of violence. We've seen violence in Haiti. We've seen the Prime Minister being fired by Parliament there because he didn't do anything about the food shortages. We've also seen violence in Egypt, and we're hearing of outbreaks of violence in other parts of the world as well. Do you think that's going to get worse?
I regret to say I do. I think that we are looking at resource wars over food, over water, in the coming decades, unless we somehow reduce demand or somehow or other smooth it out among all the people on Earth, though I'm not sure how we're going to do that. I mean, on the one hand, Kim just disagreed with me because she felt that the export taxes in Argentina were repressing the opportunity to spread some of that food from Argentina out to the rest of the planet. On the other hand, Argentines were facing food shortages, and when people get hungry, people get angry. That is something that's common to all race, creed, and color. And I think that we are going to be seeing more of this because there are many, many more people demanding food all the time, and we have an inequitable way of distributing that food and distributing the wealth to purchase it. I just don't know a way around it, though I certainly applaud Bettina's noble efforts at the UN Food Program to try to do something.
Well, let's look at the other side of that coin, Kim. We have an email here from Mac Rogers from Tennessee here in the United States, and he says, I've already emailed all my representatives to please not spend my money feeding any more people who spew hatred towards the United States. It really gets old reading all the hatred from countries, and the US has spent billions of dollars trying to help. So is the animosity going to be increasing on both sides?
It seems to me that this is an opportunity by trying to help people to show that sort of the good side of the United States, the generous side of the United States, and that it is very much in our interest to be feeding people around the world. So I would personally very much disagree with that sentiment, and I hope that that is not the norm among taxpayers, and I don't think that it is, actually.
Bettina, we've also received an email which is critical of the role of the United Nations. It's from Daisy Cutter in Ireland. And she says, what we're seeing is nothing to do with nature, but mismanagement. Frankly, a body such as the UN should be able to warn of potential shortages in good time. Something as basic as food is too important to leave to the markets alone.
Yeah, and we have been warning for a long time. We've started talking about the perfect storm that is brewing over a year ago. And we've been giving lots of interviews and sending lots of alerts off and trying to really win over friends and allies, because I think the situation is so dire that you need a wave of compassion, and a wave of compassion beyond any politics. We as the World Food Program are a non-political organization. We help people in need. Half of our beneficiaries are people in Muslim countries, and we desperately need support now because we do not want that people die. That's what we want to avoid. We are there to help, but we need the help from donor governments, from individuals. Let me tell you about something very simple, because often the problem of world hunger seems so huge and overwhelming when we're hearing about 850 million people. This is the red cup, and we use this cup to feed school children around the world. It costs 25 US cents to give a child a meal a day, $50 a year, and you will totally change that kid's life. And that's something that all of us could do. And, write to your governments and kings and whoever and tell them, to do something and give the children of our future a chance. That's what's at stake at the moment.
Okay, Bettina, we just have a few seconds left, about 20 seconds, and I have one final question for you, and that is, has the United Nations done any work in determining how long this crisis will last?
No, we are not. We haven't found any experts who can predict to us that the prices will go down, so we are planning that the situation will go on for a long time.
Okay, that's where we have to leave it. Bettina Lucia in New York, Professor Alan Wiseman in Massachusetts, and Kim Elliott here with me in Washington. Thanks to you all for joining us, and thank you for being with us. On the next show, we speak with one of America's most provocative intellectuals, Cornel West. Don't forget to tune in. See you next time.
Ejecutar.